welcome to another episode of Electrical Theology, Esoteric Life Coaching. I am your host, Charles. Thanks for squeak there a little bit. I am Charles. Thanks for joining me, guys. If you're new, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, help me out, get the algorithms going on this channel. And that's about all. I'll talk about that. Alright, guys, let's get into the reading. How's everyone doing today? It's going to be a little noisy on the table. A lot of energies swirling around right now, guys. We're finishing up with some stressful energies. We're beginning to open up. So do you have a plan? Are you ready to go? Right? When this energy breaks free, right, it's much like I used to run marathons. And when the everyone's piling up, getting ready to start the race, it starts getting crowded. Everyone's starting to try to scoot themselves up. Me, I always held back to about middle way and then let the crowd everyone rush, right? Let them burn out early, and then I would just slowly creep up, and do fairly well. All right, so this is what life is, guys. So these gates are about to open. The start signal is about to happen. Are you ready? Do you have a plan, right? All right. So immediately we get anxiety upside down. That's great because we're not anxious anymore. We're excited, but we're not anxious in a negative way. We've unlocked the lock and the gates are coming down. And again, the gates are about to come down. What are you ready to do? Do you have the plan? Right? Get man with the coin upside down, and then we get a woman holding a coin. It seems like we can't get away from these simple cards. We always get the same. I'm going to have to get another deck because these are coming out the same no matter what cards or how I spread them. I get sort of the same card. So, man holding a coin is upside down, which presently I see that a lot of us don't have, or we're not taking action yet on what it is that we want to do to bring income. We want to change universal energy into monetary energy in this matrix, right? Watch my video yesterday about a little more about how we are in the matrix and what you want to do about getting yourself out of the matrix, right? And then we have a woman holding a coin here, in which we have the man's actions in one sense, and then we have the woman, right, action. And now the woman's upside down, or upright, so we have both 42, the cards 42 and 43. The man, in which is our present moment, is we don't have the money, we're upside down, right? Our bank accounts are upside down. And then we have the woman holding the coin, which is our future, which is she's open, right? She's ready to receive you, right? She's ready to receive the heart. The woman's the nurturing, the man's the action. So in one sense, he's handing this money off to the female. He's handing the way that he used to make money, right, to the female, meaning the heart. And so we're going from less act first, think later, or feel later, right? Just do it and we'll deal with the consequence later, right? No, we need to go ahead and be in the heart and not even make a move. Don't even waste energy. And not make a decision until we know our heart is in it, right? So I can speak for myself that there's a lot of opportunities I always have around me, but which one can my heart be in? Right? There's a lot of great financial opportunities, but my heart's just not in them, right? In the past, I would have said, yeah, in a heartbeat, I can flip this around for 20, 30,000, yeah, no problem, but my heart's not there anymore. It wants to do something fulfilling, and I have a feeling that a lot of you are the same way, that you're ready to do something, but it has to be a fulfilling, joyful, happy, content, whatever word you want to use here. Right? We want the heart to be part of it. We want our money to be given, we want our way of making money given over to the heart, not the mind anymore. The mind will come along, don't worry about that. The strategies are there. We've talked about strategy. There seems to be, with the woman holding a coin, there's almost, she's looking at you and going, are you worth the investment? Right? So in one sense, there's an outer energy looking at you and going, I see this person has great potential, but do I want to invest my money? Am I going to get a return out of that? Right? Because she's given her heart and her hard-earned money to you, because she herself, and again, she can be the nurturing the universe. It can be any energy, be it turned into a person, place, or thing, that is, one sense, you opening up and willing to invest in yourself, but it's also in the external 3D world here, whatever D you want to put on it, whatever dimension, is that, is this energy coming in, does it feel it's going to be used in the best possible way, the most productive way, right? So the woman holding the heart here, she's looking at you suspicious, or suspiciously. And again, for me, it's not gender, it's just either transmitter, receiver, ones and zeros. If that energy comes in, are we going to open our gates and allow this, our hearts to open up and for this new energy to come in, be it money, love, whatever. So we have to transform ourselves in one sense, but we have to be, the superstition, let me put it this way, there's a lot of superstitions, a lot of prayers, a lot of traditional things that people do to favor money, right? They beg, they pray, they whip themselves, they do whatever the hell they can to get money. For me, that's not what I'm here to talk about or even promote. For me, it's taking a look at our traditions, honoring them, right? Which ones did you like about that, right? When I was in church all the time, there was great things I liked to do. There was, I enjoyed being part of what was equivalent to sort of Boy Scouts, but we had our own version of Royal Ambassadors, right? And we went on camping. We had athletic competitions all the time. It was fun. We had a basketball court there. You know, kids were able to come out and be fun. We learned life lessons, right? So there's a good community around that. Now, were there other things? I didn't like going and knocking on people's doors and proselytize them or making them feel guilty for not buying into the religion, right? So for me here, this person, and I'm going to switch over real quick, because this person that's going to come into your life sees you for who you are, right? Or he or she or whatever, them and they, whatever pronouns you need to use. It's this other person is going to come into your life. They see who you are. They like who you are. But they're suspicious, right? They have their talisman, person. I don't know what that would be. Right? Their charm. They have their protection, right? But they know they like you. They just want to know if you like you, if you're ready to invest in yourself, because they're ready to invest in you, all right? And this means bringing money in. But again, are you ready to stand up, mature emotionally, accept responsibility, right? There's a lot of good stuff there. I want to break into that one more. So let's get into her more, right? Woman holding a coin, right? All right, right away we get the Magician. So there again, transformation. We talked about transformation earlier. And then we get the Empress. Right, so we're getting some major cards here. We get the Four of what's equivalent to Wands. We get the Queen of Wands. And then we get the Two of Swords, the equivalent of Two of Swords. And here, again, that would be strength. Well, we have strength, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So, but I'll try to do my best to give you the equivalent in the traditional sense. So let's get on with it. We have the Magician right off the bat. The Magician in one sense can be tricky, right? They're magic, right? You have something and then they make it disappear, or they act like they can read your mind, stuff like this, right? But at the same time, they're there to trick you, but then also, in one sense, give you the tools for you to help, not to have others not trick you, right? They're going to give you a magician, right? Here's your set, go play with it, right? As a kid, I loved to get a magician or anything having to do with magic. And then you get in there and play with the balls, the strings, the rings, whatever, right? And it was about the amazement of what was on people's faces when you performed magic. So the magician here is sort of talking to the queen, right, and saying, hey, I'm bringing my unique show on the road, right, will you fund this for me, right? And the queen, you know, or the financier here, you know, she doesn't want to get ripped off of her money. She wants to know that she's going to get something in return. And what is she going to get in return? That has to be negotiated, right? Part of it, in this sense, she wants to give her heart. She wants to feel that her life was fulfilled by helping someone else and someone she likes, right? And then we have the Empress. So the Empress is upside down. So in one sense, the Empress is not feeling, she's had her own past where she invested in someone and it didn't turn out and her heart was sort of broken. So that's why she's resistant to help, or she has her guard up, right? She has her talisman, she has her protection up. So she may come off a little harsh, right? But she's really nice. She's really super deep in her heart nice. But she's at the point now where she's like, I don't want to waste it. I'll just be fine by myself, or I'm just going to go ahead and, or I'll just be alone instead of having a chance to get my heart broken again. Right? Now that's that person, right? I can't say or justify that person's perspective. All I'm giving you is that this other person on the outside is coming in, right? And if they come off a little standoffish, right, you'll know why, right? She wants to make sure that she's not going to get tricked out of her money, right? And so the Empress is sort of holding back a little bit, but then you also get the Queen of, what's equivalent to the Queen of Wands, strength. But this strength is weakened, again, because the princess got ripped off before. She doesn't want to get ripped off again. So on your end, you want to build a community, but you're not sure how you want to build it. So just be honest with this entrepreneur, right? This woman coming into your life, you know, be emotionally saying, look, I'm not sure if I'm ready. Right? Be open and honest. She may not like that, but she accepts, she likes the honesty, right? Or again, slow and steady. We talk about that pace. So in this new relationship, take it slow and steady, right? You may want to rush in. That once those protections are dropped for a moment in the height of passion, you want to rush in because the power's there. But what I'm seeing is that just slow down, right? Just work together a little bit, and then we get the Hierophant, which is that tradition. Right? Traditionally, you've done it one way, and it hasn't worked out. But again, take what did work, bring that into the new way. But also, we don't want to be scared to take a step, right? So on both parties, the male and the female here, or the energies of transmitter receiver, ones and zeros, the gate's willing to open up, but is the zero willing to walk through? You see what I'm saying? However you need to make this analogy for yourself. You're ready to take a step out, but you're just not sure, right? You may be the one wanting to invest, or you may be the one that needs someone to invest in you, right? But we need to make sure, as a magician, we need to invest in ourselves. We need to know that our act is good. Now, when I say act, that's not a false act. That's a true act of kindness, a true act of intelligence, a true act of balance, right? Your true self, whatever that is for you, however you do you, right? Now, I want to get a little more information on the two of intelligence over here, right? The two of intelligence. Because there's like a secret, right? This guy sort of has a finger on his chin, or over his mouth, a little bit over his mouth, right? Sort of going, let me think about that. So the intelligence is over here thinking about this. We want to get a little bit more information on why they're thinking, because there's sort of like a devil figure in the back, and then there's another one ready to pounce on you, right, with a sword if they don't like what they see or what they hear, all right? So let's get a little more info. So we get the 5 of strength, right? So there's a tug of war between two different thoughts or two different. Let me go with thought. There's two different thoughts going in your head of what you should do and not do, right? You want to do something, you got to do something, you feel you got to do something to make money to get this show on the road. But in one sense, this is truly what you want. So when this other person comes in, be honest and say, look, it's a great idea. You may be starting something, and this other person goes, wow, I'd like to finance, I'd like to back you on this. Right? I know the money's tempting, but if it's not what your heart's fully into, you're going to have to say, you know what, I appreciate that. Can I take a rain check? Because I need to make sure that I'm okay, that my heart's in this, that I'm ready to do this next thing. All right? So there's a little tug of war going on back and forth right now. And then there's the 5 of Wands, which is action. So again, we're hesitating. We don't know what action, right? So we're contemplating, right? The finger over the mouth is sort of contemplation. What is my next move? What is it I really want to do here, right? The money will come along, and that's what I'm saying. Get your act together now, so when the money does come, you have a solid thing. But if the money comes beforehand, if that's the way you need it to evolve to see if you're serious about what you want, if this is the act you want to do or go on the road with, then either way is going to work out, but it's all about being prepared. So then we get the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is sort of stress, right? So you're creating a little stress for yourself. What is it you want to do? Where is it you want to be, right? You're not sure yet, but you need the money, so you want to open up to get the money. So your mind tricks you, right? The magician, and says, okay, you got the money. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you're ready to do? Right? If that's however you need to evolve this situation is going to evolve. And one's going to put your feet to the fire and go, you know what, I thought that this is what I wanted to do, but it's not really what I want to do. I'm in the right arena, but not the right sport. I'm on the right track, but the wrong train. You know what I'm saying? And then finally we get the 10 of Wands. We get the 10 of Wands. So, and it's in the reverse. So we're done carrying the load of everyone else. That's part of what our path here is that we need to know, are we done carrying other people's crap? Right? And just like this new financier that comes out, which is, I see it's sort of in a woman, is that she has her own protections up, but part of yours is to help her, by being honest, help her understand that, if she's not comfortable at any time, don't do this, right? If you're not comfortable coming into this relationship, don't, right? I'm not here to force or add or do anything, right? I'm not going here to manipulate you, right? The magician says, I just want to create magic with you, all right? All right, well, let's see what sort of will get in our way, right? And again, right, so we're getting the Lovers. We get the Lovers card upside down. So basically what I just said applies to the Lovers card. And then we get the Knight of Swords as well. I had to think it there for a moment. In this deck, I always got to, it's like exchanging money from one currency to another currency. It takes me a few seconds to do the calculation. And so this one has like a wise person and an eye, a third eye. And so it is in reverse. So we have the Lovers who's they want to see, they're not seeing the whole picture. And by the woman holding the coin and the man not holding the coin up here, but there is an anxiety that we had dealt with from the past, but this new anxiety in one sense, and again, this is sort of an extra read to the 2 of Swords, right? We have to make a decision. So there's a little stress around this new decision, but it's not the old stress about the old life. It's about going forward, right? What decision do you want to make? So then we get the 6 of Intelligence, or Swords. And then we finally get the 2 of Charisma, right? Part of why some of this may be causing some stress is because you're in the midst of a transformation, right? You're trying to make decisions while you're going through this transformation. it's sort of like you want to take a trip and you're standing at the airport and you're looking at all the airlines and all the destinations and you're like, I just need to get away. I just need to get away. Well, which one do I do? Right? There's the stress. It's like, do I go to the Bahamas? Do I go to Himalayas and sit with some yogis in some mountain, freeze my butt off? Right? Um, but but that's the middle of the transformation. And so you're in the midst of the transformation, so trying to make decisions in the midst of a transformation can be difficult. Some things can be cloudy, some things can be unclear. So that's why I'm saying here is go ahead and hone your skills, whatever that is, your magician tricks, right? What is it you want to do? If it's to go online and be a podcaster, if it's to start your own donut business or your cupcake business, your writing a book, whatever this is, artwork, flipping properties, flipping anything, right? Whatever that may be for you. But we need to make sure that our insight and that it's something we love. Because I think there's something right now that you're looking at doing but you don't love, right? And if you're not sure, again, we're in the midst of transformation, try it out. Go ahead and take that next committed step forward and say, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I may not feel 100% because I'm in the midst of this transformation and it's a little cloudy or unclear if this is what I want. I just may be in my own shit. I'm not able to see that this is what I really want. Just go forward with it. And then from that, you'll know immediately, right, if that's the right step. Just by saying, you know what, I'm going to go do this, right? Just commit your mind, your thought to it, and then you're going to feel in the heart if this is your right step or not. And you can say, yeah, part of it, yeah, I want to do part of it. Part of this, what I'm looking at, sounds exciting. I'm not sure about the rest yet. I'm unclear, but I am clear about that part. So then start taking your tools, right, your magician bag of tricks, and go over here and start putting more energy toward that thing, right? And maybe wanting to start a big camp like I do, but on the other end, I need to start with other parts, right? And there's parts of it that, yeah, I want to get some old RVs, fix them up. There's also flipping that I like to do because my whole life is about flipping stuff. Because I like taking something that's old and making it new again, right? That's what I call flipping. Whatever that may be, properties, products, whatever. I just like taking something and then refurbishing it and making it new again. Or taking scraps and making something out of that, right? It's just rejuvenating. So there's something energetically about what I want to do that's rejuvenating to my soul. And then there's other aspects, but I may not want to start these other aspects. Or it just doesn't make spiritual logistical sense to start here, start over here. And it may be not what you wanted to start with because of your old traditions, but open up to the new way and going, you know what? Let me just start here, right? One step at a time here. I'll put all my energy, all my focus, all my heart toward this one thing. And then from that financier, right, or the money opportunity will come in, right? So I'm seeing that that's the two of wisdom coming in. And it's going to take a little more study. So when you focus your energy toward this thing that you really are choosing to do, that says, yeah, I'm excited about that. It doesn't make logical sense to start there, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. It makes spiritual logical sense, but it doesn't make traditional logical sense. But I'm just going to do it because, hell, Chuck's over here saying he's doing it, so I'm going to try it. Right? Now, again, I do what I do, you do what you do. But for me, I need a little, so when I focus on something, then I'm going to gather all the knowledge about that I can. Right? You see the little guy reading the book there? Right? And then as they read the book, there's this divine elixir coming in from the heavens, right? And filling them up. And so I need to gather more divine knowledge about what it is I'm doing, or physical knowledge, right? I need to study more. I need to bring in other avenues maybe that I didn't think about before, right? It could be plumbing. If you don't know plumbing, you may need to learn plumbing, right? Or a plumbing class pops up into your sphere, and like, I don't want to do plumbing. But yet, if you don't know plumbing, you may not be able to take care of the place that this person has for you. She can say, hey, I got this barn for you. You can use it, but you got to make sure that you fix it up. You see what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, the plumbing broke. Well, I got to go fix it, right? Instead of trying to figure out then, but if the opportunity pops up to take a plumbing class, and take a plumbing class. Because in one sense, metaphorically, spiritually, it means that you need to open up and help unclog. See, everything has an interconnection to this stuff, right? We need to make sure that we're speaking up our truths, right? Whatever that is for you, from the heart, right? Speaking from the heart is what I call the truth, but speaking from the heart. But it's also, we have a lot of learning to do still, right? We got a few books here. We got a few, all these cards here about studying. You know, it's about learning your trick, honing your trick, knowing your craft, right? So you may need to learn some stuff that you wouldn't think you were wanting to learn. That's part of the path that you're wanting to take. Make sense? So we may need to learn some other things, and in the midst of that, you're at least in the zone of where you want to be. You're in the region, right? You're getting on the right train, on the right track, right? You're beginning to study a new sport, right? And through that focus, through that participation, then these other people and places and things will start coming to you, right? So just start taking that step, right, toward your path. All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you hanging in there, listening to me. Like, subscribe, share this with your friends if it helps with you, and help and share that knowledge with somebody else, right? Information is information. It's free to everyone, and definitely share it with other people if it helps you, right? Pay it forward, that old cliche, right, which I like. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Blessed day and all that good stuff for you. See you.